Hi, and welcome to Sea Balance. My name is Eduardo, and today I'll be reading the Book of Life by Lao Tzu, chapters 11 to 20. Chapter 11. 30 spokes converge upon a single hub. It is on the hole in the center that the use of the card hinges. We make a vessel from a lump of clay. It is the empty space within the vessel that makes it useful. We make doors and windows for a room, but it is the empty spaces that make the room livable. Thus, while the tangible has advantages, it is the intangible that makes it useful. Chapter 12. The 5 colors blind the eye. The 5 tones deafen the ear. The 5 flavors cloy the palate. Racing and hunting madden the mind. Rare goods tempt men to do wrong. Therefore, the sage takes care of the belly, not the eye. He prefers what is within to what is without. Chapter 13. Favor and disgrace cause one dismay. What we value and what we fear are within ourselves. What does this mean? Favor and disgrace cause one dismay? Those who receive favor from above are dismayed when they receive it, and dismayed when they lose it. What does this mean? What we value and what we fear are within ourselves? We have fears because we have a self. When we do not regard that self as self, what fear do we have? Therefore, he who values the world as his self may then be entrusted with government of the world, and he who loves the world as his self, the world may then be entrusted to his care. Chapter 14. Looked at but cannot be seen. That is called the invisible. Listened to but cannot be heard. That is called the inaudible. Grasped at but cannot be touched. That is called the intangible. These 3 elude all our inquiries, and hence blend and become one. Not by its rising is there light, not by its sinking is there darkness. Unceasing, continuous, it cannot be defined, and reverts back to the realm of nothingness. That is why it is called the form of the formless, the image of the nothingness. That is why it is called the elusive. Meet it, and you do not see its face. Follow it, and you do not see its back. Who holds fast to the Tao of old, in order to manage the affairs of now, is able to know the primeval beginnings, which are the continuity of the Tao. Chapter 15. The ancient adepts of the Tao were subtle and flexible, profound and comprehensive. Their minds were too deep to be fathomed. Because they were unfathomable, one can only describe them vaguely by their appearance. Hesitant like one wading a stream in winter. Timid like one afraid of his neighbor on all sides. Cautious and courteous like a guest. Yielding like ice on the point of melting. Simple like an uncarved block. Hollow like a cave. Confused like a muddy pool. And yet, who else could quietly and gradually evolve from the muddy to the clear? Who else could slowly but steadily move from the inert to the living? He who keeps the Tao does not want to be full. But precisely because he is never full, he can always remain like a hidden sprout, and does not rush to early ripening. Attain to utmost emptiness. Cling single-heartedly to the interior peace. While all things are stirring together, I only contemplate the return. For flourishing as they do, each of them will return to its root. To return to the root is to find peace. To find peace is to fulfill one's destiny. To fulfill one's destiny is to be constant. To know the constant is called insight. If one does not know the constant, one runs blindly into disasters. If one knows the constant, one can understand and embrace all. If one understands and embraces all, one is capable of doing justice. To be just is to be kingly. To be kingly is to be heavenly. To be heavenly is to be one with the universe. To be one with the universe is to abide forever. Such a one will be safe and whole, even after the dissolution of his body. Chapter 17. The best rulers are those whose existence is merely known by the people. The next best are those who are loved and praised. The next best are those who are feared. And the next are those who are despised. It is only when one does not have enough faith in others that others will have no faith in him. The great rulers value their words highly. They accomplish their task. They complete their work. Nevertheless, their people say that they simply follow nature. Chapter 18. Therefore, when the great way is rejected, it is then that we have the virtues of humanity and righteousness. When knowledge and wisdom appear, it is then that there is great hypocrisy. When the six relations are not in harmony, it is then that we have filial piety and compassion. And when the country is in chaos and confusion, it is then that there are virtuous officials. Chapter 19. Abandon sageliness and discard wisdom. Then the people will benefit 100-fold. Abandon humanity and discard righteousness. Then the people will return to filial piety and deep love. Abandon skill and discard profit. Then there will be no thieves or robbers. However, these three things are ornament and not adequate. Therefore, let people hold on to these. Manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, reduce selfishness, have few desires. Chapter 20. Vanish learning and vexations end. Give up learning and put an end to your troubles. Is there a difference between yes and no? Is there a difference between good and evil? Must I fear what others fear? What nonsense! Other people are contented, enjoying the sacrificial feast of the ox. In spring, some go to the park and climb the terrace. But I alone am drifting, not knowing where I am. Like a newborn baby before it learns to smile. I am alone, without a place to go. Others have more than what they need. The people of the world have enough and to spare, but I am like one left out. My heart must be that of a fool, being muddled, nebulous. The vulgar are knowing, luminous. I alone am dull and confused. The vulgar are clever and self-assured. I alone depressed, patient as the sea, adrift, seemingly aimless. The people of the world all have purpose. I alone appear stubborn and uncouth. I alone differ from the other people, and value drawing sustenance from Mother Earth.